I'm gonna start this off with, if you're not even like level 500 and above, or if you're someone that plays Daybreak 2 and does not want to adapt to how you have to play against killers, or survivors for that matter, get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. Do not watch this video, because this is not for you. This is not for you because you're one of those baby that don't understand the comprehension of adapting and getting used to a character. Now, with that out of the way, let me start this. I want to get into this by saying, they nerfed a killer day one. They killed her. They killed a killer day one of not even their official release, but their PTS release. They just killed her immediately. This has been the craziest shit that I just witnessed in the past day, by the way. Day one release of the Daybreak PTS, of them automatically killing a killer. If you don't know what I'm talking about the Countess. The Countess, on day one testing, probably could have been Daybreak's most balanced killer in the game. Now, if you haven't played the Daybreak PTS, let me fill you in. The Countess is a killer that has an ability. Her active ability is that she charges up a little orb thing that she gets to shoot within 150 studs. That will, when you're in the bubble, you'll be stopped of your movement on like a tick type stuff. So if you're in the bubble, you'll be stopped, you'll be able to move again, then you'll be stopped, be able to move again, rinse and repeat, so long as you're in this bubble. Now, it was really strong, I'll give you that. It was a really strong ability. The way they had it at the beginning, at the beginning, I don't even agree with giving her 7 speed. I agree with giving her the 5.5 speed. Honestly, I feel like she even deserves lower. I feel like she deserves lower. But her active ability was genuinely goated. Now, again, it was really overpowered. If you got a direct hit with this, you were practically cooked. Even just hitting it from the sidelines, you would be cooked if you got hit by this ability once. And I say to that they should have reduced the bubble size. However, they reduced the bubble size too much, to the point that now if you get hit with it point blank, you only get 1 tick and you're out of there, making her active ability utterly useless. Now the area denial that you thought you could use with her, it doesn't even matter because it hardly even covers up a door. Her active ability got killed off rip, which is crazy to me that they didn't even allow players to try and adapt to her ability. That it hasn't even been literally a full 24 hours before they actually even did the nerf for them to nerf her. It hasn't even been a full 24 hours since the release. I'm looking at this right now. They dropped the PTS at 7:16 CS time, and her nerf to her active ability came out at 6:18 PM CST. I'm not doing the math on that, but that's not 24 hours. They didn't even let her be released for an entire day, let alone a week of play testing this killer, because that's kind of what we're supposed to do in this PTS. However, we have some soft ass motherfuckers when it comes to playing this game, playing Survivor, when the game is already Survivor-sided. Mind you that there's no argument in saying that this game is killer-sided. No, this game is mad Survivor-sided, that they can't let a killer have any type of pressure whatsoever. It's gotten to the point to where people literally are convinced that the devs think the balance in this game is gin-locking the game. Which, honestly, you still can't even do, by the way. You still can't even do that. But that's not all. Her passive ability, okay? Her passive ability was another really good ability that had an amazing it made her good. It made it so much worth her kit. Now, the stacking system for her to be able to get to teleport was that she had to get 15 stacks in chase. And with her 8 terror radius, by the way, it made it literally difficult for her to get those stacks in the first place. Once they nerfed her speed, she had to be on a survivor's ass to be able to get those stacks. And that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, having a low terror radius for an anti-loop killer seems kind of bad, but when you understand her kit first, it makes clean sense why she should have that 8 terror radius, so she isn't getting her passive ability on a 30-second cooldown so fast. But instead of doing something to her stacks to make it to where that when she gets her stacks and she gets out of chase, that they deplete so she doesn't just get a free teleport when she's in chase, they just decided to nerf the TP in general. It's buns now. You mean to tell me that... Let me look at this. You mean to tell me that I am punished for teleporting mid-chase, that I will be slowed for 1.25 seconds to give survivors quote-unquote breathing room? That a survivor is supposed to be given breathing room in chase when I use my ability on them? Look, her passive and active ability could have had very easy solutions as to how to fix them to make it easier for survivors to adapt to them, and also just make her playstyle better. If she simply just had sound cues, if they simply just dropped her with a sound cue, maybe, just maybe, players that don't look behind themselves when they're in chase would know, hey, she's finna use this ability. Maybe I should run a different direction so I don't get hit with her ability. Maybe I should mix up my movement so I don't fall into her trap. Maybe if I'm on a gen and I hear her about to teleport to my exact location, I can react to it in time before she teleports and kills me. But no, we have to just nerf her to the ground. We have to nerf her to the ground. She's literally amazing. She is now literally one of the worst killers. She went from being able to be the perfect balanced killer if they just simply dropped minor nerfs to her. But instead they just killed her. And playing the PTS live yesterday with other friends, and then once we get off, we just get the ping that, oh, remember Countess? Yeah, she's cooked now. She's literally dead. I don't know which dev is responsible or who the hell is responsible in the first place that's saying, yeah, we should just nerf Countess to hell, but please get the fuck out. Cause I can't say that it's Brenda, because I pray to God that it's not Brenda just nerfing it on her own accord. Because I pray that the devs actually play test their killers. I pray that they actually play test them. I pray that they do that, because there is no sane person that could look at Countess's release ability, what it looked like and what it looks like now, and say Countess is a balanced killer. She has the ability to end the chase. She has the ability to do her goddamn job, which is end a fucking chase. If there is any Daybreak 2 dev watching this, I hope that you guys please reconsider the nerfs that you gave to Countess and do something to make her better and not drop a killed killer before she was even released to the main game. Because this is unbelievable and utterly bullshit that we can't even have the killer that's balanced in this game. If you genuinely play this game, I genuinely don't think a dev of this game actually plays their own game to understand how weak killers feel in this game. How weak they are. I don't think the devs understand that. But devs, listen to me and listen to me well, please, okay? For anyone that's watching this video, I literally just listen to me, try and send as many feedbacks and suggestions into their little whatever Google Doc that they have for feedback and suggestions, because apparently any one little complaint about Countess will get her nerfed to the ground day one. We just need Countess to have both of her passive and active abilities need to have a sound cue. They literally just need to have a sound cue. Her active ability, from what it is right now, it's 10 studs. That should be buffed to at least 12 to 14 studs. 18 studs was low-key pushing it, because once you got hit with that direct hit, you were cooked. However, if you get hit with the direct hit now, it's barely a slap on the wrist if your reactive is good. Not even talking on the 0.25 second timer before you can be stunned again within it. I honestly think that should be removed as well, but I feel like leaving that in the seed if it would help better. Give back her 8 terror radius. On a real note, we genuinely did not get to test what her 8 terror radius would be like on other maps. Okay? We didn't get to test what they would be like on other maps. We won't know how she will be on Haverhill, on Shifty Station, on very enclosed maps, especially with the new one. Everyone's trying to adapt and learn that one right now, so I can't really see if she'll be good on that map heavily, but still, we didn't get to test her on different maps. So, giving her back her terror radius would be fine, because it plays into how she has to get her stacks. She has to be on someone's ass to get those stacks, so she doesn't just freely get her TP anymore. Her speed is honestly fine. There is nothing about her speed that you need to change. Honestly, if anything, you could probably lower her speed to 5 or fucking 4 for all I care, because it would make it harder for her to get her active, which is, I mean, not her active, her passive, which is kind of the point of a really strong teleport like that. With how fast it can be, make it harder for her to get that, because she needs to be in chase for, I believe, well, now that it needs to be 20 stacks, I believe it needs to be like 25-ish seconds. 25, 30-ish seconds in chase just to get those stacks. Right behind someone, mind you. Honestly, I think of other ways to possibly make it easier for people to understand how to play against her. I say if she's teleporting, she will reveal her own aura to anyone around her, so people know where she is after she teleports. No matter, I want to say no matter how far, but that might be a little broken, but at the same time, I think it's fair for someone that can literally teleport anywhere, that they should at least know if she's teleporting. Because her style isn't necessarily to play off stealth in the first place. She should not be playing off her stealth. The stealth is supposed to work against her, if that makes sense. Her terror radius is supposed to work against her to get her passive ability. But that's literally the best way I think the devs could balance this killer and genuinely make her playable again. Is if they revert majority of the nerfs that they did to her, give both of her abilities sound cues, even for her passive ability, even have probably like a little glitter thing that shows that like, hey, she's gonna appear at this vault maybe, because that's her entire thing. then revealing her aura after she teleports, and increasing that bubble at least increasing that bubble back again, and maybe instead of a 0.25 second timer, a 0.15 second, maybe. It depends. It's different to understand when she's still in testing, by the way. It's literally different to understand when she's still in testing, to understand what is right to give her. But what's not right to give her is to completely kill her automatically. That's all I'm saying. With that, there's really nothing else I need to talk about here. Just save Countess. Please, for the love of God, just save Countess. She was barely released for a day, and she's already killed day 1 in the BTS. She genuinely could be a very balanced killer. She could be Daybreak's first balanced killer. If you see, like, she could be Daybreak's first balanced killer if they simply just gave her the necessities. These simple necessities to make her balanced. So not only is she difficult to go against, but she's not that hard to adapt to. I beg that this gets a dev's attention, but knowing them, they are probably not going to see this, but I don't care. Just save Countess, please.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here, boy.
No, don't do it. Oh, okay, you're not gonna chase with me. Oh man, well, that's not gonna be fun.